Bridget joins me now. Bridget, this relates to civil ceremonies.
Right. So this doesn't affect religious institutions whatsoever. These are public sector employees who are taxed to perform marriages for people who want to have a marriage outside of a religious structure.
And what is your sense of what may happen here? Like the fact that this was just a reference, as they call it, the government of Saskatchewan just asking the court what they thought about this. Does this mean that the government of Saskatchewan will or will not follow through on their intent to legalize gay marriages?
Well, gay marriage is already legal in the province of Saskatchewan.
It is already legal?
Yes, that was in 2004.
Right.
Basically after this reference, as Faye Sonia said in the report, they do have the option to appeal the decision, but the Justice Minister of Saskatchewan, Don Morgan, says that they're not going to do that.
What's the sense of the future of these marriage commissioners who are objecting to this?
Well, a lot of them have said that, they're not going to quit. They're going to have to be fired, right? I mean, for them, they're going to continue to stand by their religious convictions. Now, mind you, when the government first sent that initial letter to say that, they would have to do it, about 3% of marriage commissioners resigned. And there's roughly, I'd say, about 320 marriage commissioners, maybe a little bit more in Saskatchewan. So 3% resigned originally. But presently, the ones who are still there, who have decided they're going to stick by, like I said, their guns and not perform same-sex marriages.
Do you think that they're waiting to get fired so they can then make a legal case out of it?
Well, some have already made a legal case out of it. Bruce Gerritsen and Larry Bierland actually took the government of Saskatchewan to court, which is kind of what led to the government taking themselves to court and saying, what can we do about accommodating them, right? So I can't speak for every single one, but I know that some have already taken legal action, which is what led to this in the first place.
And what, as you're researching this, any surprises, anything about this that caught you off guard?
Yeah, I think what caught me off guard was the numbers, Jim. In 2009, the research that I have says that Saskatchewan performed less than 1% of the civil ceremonies that were performed were same-sex marriages. Actually, the number is 0.4%, right? And so the number of marriage commissioners who object are minuscule. And let's be honest, like, we're talking about less than 1% of civil marriages being same-sex marriages. And we have a group of people who don't want to perform these marriages because of their religious objections. Now, logically, the numbers just don't even make sense. If less than 1% of people are asking for are same-sex couples who want these civil marriages, that means that a same-sex couple has a 3% chance of getting a marriage commissioner who will refuse to do it. And in addition to that, these marriage commissioners aren't simply saying we're not going to do the ceremony and hanging up the phone. They're giving them lists of other marriage commissioners who will perform the ceremony. So they're saying, I'm sorry, it is against my religious beliefs, but here are your options.
Just 30 seconds. Does this have implications for the rest of Canada?
It does. I mean, let's be honest. I think what the court decided, the court has now set a precedence for religious belief in the public sector. And it's somewhat contrary to what the Supreme Court and other court cases have stated. Like it said in the report, Sikhs are permitted to wear their turbans, nurses and doctors are not obligated to perform abortions. And so this, even though, again, it was just a reference, so the government of Saskatchewan can take it or leave it, so to speak. But it's now a case that's on record. And so this is something that can be used as precedence in future or ongoing cases.
Bridget Entry, great report. Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Jim.